Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Terrace Scottish Football Podcast. I am your host Craig Fowler and we are back once again looking through the best moments in Scottish football 2024-25. And as if you've been listening to this show before, you will know that best moments does not mean great goals, lovely patterns of play and all the rest. It means the daft stuff. It means the stuff which we love about Scottish football, which make it what it is. As usual, I am joined by Tony Anderson.
Hello, Craig.
And Shaughan McGuigan.
Hello, Craig.
How's it going, boys? Shaughan?
Good. I mean, I've been with you all day. but thank
Magic
you.
Gone. Recording gone.
Magic's gone after about 30 seconds.
We're in my house. I just saw this. It'd been pulled out. That is a tactics board that I got maybe about over 18 months ago delivered because we wanted to start doing it for when we preview games. It's never been out of that. I've still not actually seen it.
I've got a green screen in my house. It's exactly the same. Never been used once.
To be good, I want to use that one time. Get up on the... We could put it up on there. Take these sort of weird posters down that nobody really needs.
Well, like kind of Monday Night Football type thing.
Well, just, you know, it was something we've done the preview of like cup semis or cup finals. But then it's got the team with the little counters on it, and you can move it all around.
That sounds alright.
It does sound alright. I thought that'd be fun because I've done a few of them with Joel especially and Fowler over the years, mainly for cup semis, not often. And then I was like, it'd be good if we done that and we filmed it and you could put it up and do it, but then just never got out to it.
Maybe if it works, you could even extend it to cup quarterfinals.
I mean, doing it for all four games.
Every time. The last cup quarterfinals were shite. Like Aberdeen, Queen's Park. What can Queen's Park do?
I'll have to get you into that. I've no fucking idea. Callum Ferry, fucking hell, save a shot, brilliant. Tactics. Do save that.
Just circle the goalie all the time.
Yeah. Fan in the stand, shouting prick. Oh, sorry, that's a spoiler. But yeah, we should maybe use the stuff we buy sometime. Don't know.
Is it a deal?
I wouldn't go as far as dear. I think it was maybe 50 quid. It was reasonably priced. Tactics board, but it's pretty big. The size of it.
That is big.
Get that up on there. Move that alien poster and that. And the woman with a fishbowl's ahead. Take that down and put that up there.
Sorry, people can see that.
And then put that up there. And then someone on either side.
I
never
thought she had a fishbowl on her head. I presumed that was a fishbowl for her head.
I think, did I say on her head? Fishbowl for her head, aye. How do you breathe? I suppose she can breathe underwater. Anyway.
Right, yes, let's get to the list. So let's begin where we left off last time. And that was a shocker for Hibs striker Ailey Adams as she misses after the ball.
Call that a shocker.
Just refuses to stay on the penalty spot. It scores 1-0 at a time. Rangers eventually equalise in injury time.
If I was Ailey Adams, like obviously she's volunteered to take the penalty. But see, after
penalty taker, she scored a penalty earlier in the game.
See, after the fourth or fifth time it blew off the penalty spot, I would just say I've changed my mind because there is no chance that she's going to score that penalty. It's like Yuri Geller times a million.
If the goalie comes off the line, it's meant to be retaken. If I was the goalie, I'd be taking the risk that nobody can be arsed. I'd be by the time it's been taken, I'm on the 6-yard line, just basically scooping it up.
By the time it's taken, you're just right at the ball, like spreading yourself as wide as possible.
Absolutely, like Nate's going to go like fucking hell, like that again.
Yeah, a very, very windy time. Shaughan, you are somebody that you turn your back when you quote unquote watch penalties. Is that because I know that's Scotland?
But even just when it's like Wraith.
I was going to say, does that also include Wraith as well?
I've done it. Well, I wouldn't say I turn my back. I normally just put my head down.
Well, if it's a Wraith game, you just put your head down.
So the playoffs against Partick Thistle.
So big games.
I put my head up. I would not, if it's just like a penalty in the 74th minute, I would watch that. For example.
Okay.
But no, for a tense penalty shootout, a tense penalty shootout, I struggle to watch it.
And with Scotland games, you don't usually turn your back, or is it usually just
again? It maybe depends what the circumstances are.
Can you imagine what you would be doing if you were watching this penalty and it was a key penalty and this kept happening?
I'd have a sore neck because I've been looking at my feet for so long.
You'd end up
just because the wind's so big.
You'd end up accidentally looking up at the worst moment just when they're about to take it, like no. And then if it was saved, you would blame yourself.
That's my fault.
The commentators were discussing about whether you're allowed to have a single finger on the ball.
You should be.
Which is what, like, I remember doing that at school.
But then I suppose it's how much do you judge it? Like, what happens if somebody complains that somebody just rolls the ball over some slightly?
Your index finger's more power, like playing Sabio. How powerful would they need to be?
I mean, it's so, but no, I didn't even taking a shot.
Fire coming off the back.
I mean, if you maybe worked on something where you could like tee it up for the forward, just roll it ever so slightly.
Not more. Make it even more difficult. Make it move the fucking wind through that. I don't know. I think it's the two fingers. Choose the two fingers on it. What the whole hand over the top. It was extremely windy though. Do you think you just go like that? Ken, what? Most penalties are goals. Let's just give them the goal so we can just crack on. Everyone's fucking freezing.
Rangers are like, yeah, it's fine.
Ken, what? I'm honestly no bothered. She should have been better off just letting the wind take it. Probably would have went in.
An Inverness Cali fan has to fill in as an assistant referee after an injury to the match official.
I don't understand how this works, because with the greatest will in the world, this was a big laddie. So how? But his linesman jersey looked 2 sizes too big for him. So, like, does he just take this jersey with him everywhere he goes on the off chance he eventually get asked to be a linesman? Because surely Inverness don't just have spare linesman jerseys that are size quadruple XL kicking about.
That's when they went administration.
Every permutation of referee jumper.
Yeah, they feel like they're the most organised team going.
It also happened again this season. So this happened to Inverness earlier in the campaign, and then again when Telfer went up to watch the Inverness Stenhousemuir game, and it was a midweek game. It was Tuesday. It wasn't that long ago. And the match official or a linesman got injured?
Yeah.
And the referee's the match
right.
delegate had to come down and run the line instead.
That was delayed for about 35 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Telfer was there.
Fuck this.
Telfer stayed till the end, even though they got beat 4-1, and the fourth goal was in like the 53rd minute or something.
He driven all that way though.
Yeah.
It's a long way to Inverness.
Aye, but you had the show the next day. Surely just get yourself back down the road.
Fuck this is a waste of time. We're getting humped. It'd be difficult. What? I mean, what if the guy had been drinking?
If you've been in hospitality,
I can still do it, man. I can still do it. Like, how can you be arsed? I mean, if I was a doctor on a plane and someone had a nut allergy, I'd still be like, nah, fuck it. If on a 12-hour flight to fucking Australia, you're still just watching reruns of Prison Break with a gin and tonic like that.
So carton it to the boy beside you.
Do you not have to take some kind of Hippocratic oath if you're a doctor?
Yeah, they find out as you leave. Oh shit, I was listening, I had my headphones in.
Finishing the rest of your peanuts.
It must be so fucking annoying if you've just been sitting there enjoying yourself and suddenly, alright, sorry lads, with your pals, chatting away. Oh no, I need to go to work now. I was like, shit.
Throw it up because you've had that many
Yeah,
messages.
I have to do
You've
it.
done hospitality, you got like a massive meal just sitting on your stomach. Maybe that's this boy, maybe he's not fat at all.
I mean, this happens at school and boys' club all the time, where it's like just a teacher or a dad suddenly is the linesman.
Yeah.
The most difficult job in football, they say. No, fucking random dads do it every fucking weekend.
I know very well.
I know very well. You just go that offside and you just do it. Just all you have to do is claim for it.
He looks even more ridiculous because the other linesman is the lankiest, tallest. Like, looks like Hen Brun.
What would supersede here? Would your professional pride of doing work go over the fact that you're actually wanting your team to win? Would you do a dodgy decision? Or I fucking would.
Probably shit myself originally, and then maybe getting braver as the game goes on, and then getting towards the end, just equaliser. I saw something wrong with that.
Do you think it's a possibility?
Waving the flag.
Do you think it's a possibility the referee maybe just said to him, "Listen, just flag if it goes out. I'll do everything else in your half."
It's better not coming. I'm going back in the stand.
I'm going to be back in hospitality.
If you're going to be like that, you don't actually want me to partake in my actual full job. I'm going to do it properly.
I'm going back to my steak pie.
But it does have like, what's the highest level where this would be appropriate? You couldn't do that. Could you even do that in the top flight? I'm supposed fucking now we're going to have fucking ex-professionals fucking refereeing in the top
but
flight.
But you'd have there isn't the fourth official. There's no fourth officials in the championship.
Yes,
so in the premiership you wouldn't have to do it.
That's the problem you get further down. Whereas that's what the fourth official.
You can imagine getting pulled at the crowd to be the fourth official. Did a place there? Oh, fucking hell.
Blitzer trying to figure out how to get the number 7 on the board.
It happened at Tynecastle earlier this season, where the linesman got injured and then or he kind of got in some sort of distress, and then he had to
Some sort of distress.
And Joel had to do the numbers board.
no, but he had to go off, and then it was the fourth official because he took ages. And then he kind of came halfway down the tunnel as if he was ready, then he went away again.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
he turned back and he was getting booed. That looked mortifying. I'd be again called no game off.
What was he doing? What did he forget?
I'm not coming back in. Well, because in VAR now, they've got to come in with fucking all sorts. God's got to go and carry a Game Boy and play or whatever.
I was like somebody who'd like left his keys. Oh, fuck, I've left my keys.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not put my shorts on.
Mate, I've only got pants on. But aye, so
Whenever PE when a linesman forgets his kit has to then his pants.
yeah, deliberately. Oh, sorry, I went to a different type of school.
Craig Levein gets a dugout ban despite no longer being St Johnstone manager.
I liked his interview in the article, which kind of doesn't really touch on the actual ban that much, but it's just a very strange way of selling yourself because he said, well, I've been in this movie before and no doubt I'll be in this movie again. Just a really, it's basically saying, I will get sacked for being pish again soon.
Well, it was pretty clear after a while, and what you hear through the grapevine, I've stopped trying.
Aye, like, will you be in this movie again, Craig?
They probably will. He'll be parachuted into a struggling club again eventually.
To come save them.
So they say that there was 5 red cards in the lead up to this game as well. So everyone else is just getting sent off. He can't be arsed. Everyone's fucking just giving up.
That's finally what angered them enough to get sent off.
I've got a ban from under 16s that I've still not carried out.
I think you're too old for the 16s now.
I think you'd be banned for different reasons now.
yeah. Just for too many bookings. But then I just stopped playing.
How many bookings did you get?
Oh, 6 or something like that.
I'm
slow. So, I mean, if someone got past, I played defensive midfield, I'd be like, nah, you're all right. You'll be stopping now.
I only ever got 1 red card. It was an immediate, it was yellow and then red. They booked me, I goes, you can stick that up your fucking arse. And then he went, keep walking, son.
How old were you?
Oh, I would have been 25 maybe.
Sorry, I was really expecting young.
I saw red at that moment. I was incensed.
Oh, I mean, stick it up your arse, you dafty. I'm bloody furious. But it just never went. But I think I've got away with it.
The calamity at the end of Dundee United 3, Hibs 2 is Jim Goodwin goes flying and David Gray swipes for a water bottle and misses it.
It was just brilliant, the fact that for maybe like the first hour or so when this went online, everybody would just talk about David Gray, somehow missing the fact that Jim Goodwin is going arse over tit in the background.
Just these bloody pundit trainers, they've all got, you can't wear them on the pitch. They're only okay for the side, the gravel, the orange bit.
Does he slip or does somebody bang into him? Because the fall doesn't seem to obey the laws of physics.
You think a Hibs player's just raging like, right, fuck off.
Slide tackles him.
Aye, because he goes...
He was on the pitch, ref. He was on the pitch.
Because it looks like something goes into him, but if something goes into him, he should go forward instead of going backwards.
Aye, he goes backwards. Couldn't understand it.
Have you ever seen the clip of when Jose Katongo scored in the last minute against Celtic?
What, when it took about 25 million deflections?
Yes, aye, that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the background, when you can see him do his somersault, and in the background there's a policeman, and he just goes like that, just decks it, but he goes down like almost in comical fashion, with his hands up, and just like falls to the side. And again, it was like, how have you fallen like that? What's happened there?
That was like, a backflip for that goal, unbelievable. 8 backflips honestly, it was an own goal. It had to be. He was like, 7 people touched it after he kicked it. It was absolutely insane that he's doing all the backflips. But he hadn't scored in ages or something. Was that what it was?
No, it was a last minute goal. Hearts of Celtic at the top of the league. But anyway, back to this one.
David Gray missing I suppose this is just the last time there was any humour able to be aimed at Hibs. So, pretty good. I know at the time it summed everything up in Hibs season, and now it's very much not the case. Yeah, David Gray, just a fresh air of a bottle. But it's embarrassing. But there's also as well, I don't know if you noticed in this clip, so there's Gray, there's Goodwin, there's everybody running a bit daft, but also just at the very front, there's a ball boy who's doing a kind of jig by himself. It almost looks like he's got an imaginary dancing partner. It looks like he's holding hands, like he's about to do the Gay Gordons or something. Yeah, it's a strange way to celebrate. He's skipping down the road. Very Billy Elliot. Just delighted that Dundee United have scored twice in the last
Twice in the 11 minutes of injury time or whatever it was.
Oh well.
Oh well, Hibs are good now.
Hibs are good now. Dundee United are shit. Brilliant. Bye.
That could that's not coming out right away, so that could age badly.
Oh no! Whatever shall I do? So that really do. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but it's not really something I worry about.
Aberdeen crop out Conor Barron from a picture showing Nicky Devlin during the Scotland training. Just incredibly petty.
Is it
funny.
petty or is it what you would normally do?
That's what I was trying to work
you
out.
don't really want to show your own player. That was on the like everybody would do this.
It's just
Or if it's I hope it's petty.
I think it's just because it's so obvious that you would normally do it, that you would just go in a cropping of your player because it'd be him like facing the camera and there'd be like loads of people about him, so you just go to kind of the crop to be like, oh look, there he is. Whereas you wouldn't just show a wide shot showing players from other teams they don't care about. But it's because this is side on and there's somebody else's hands clearly in the photo. So I reckon they must have knew. Whoever done it must have been like, people are going to go searching for this and try to figure out who the other player is, and what a delight they'll get when they figure out it's Conor Barron, who is obviously not Mr. Popular amongst Aberdeen support. Conor Barron, he's not played. No, he's not, because he's not played for Scotland yet, has he?
No, I don't think so. He's been in quite a few squads, though, has he not?
I thought
He's been in the squad before. He wasn't in the last one because that was one of the complaints that I had a laugh about, was a Rangers fan saying no Conor Barron, disgrace.
No Barron, no Barron.
Instead of who? Lewis Ferguson.
Is he coming as a sub? I don't know if he started the game.
Nah, he's not. According to Wikipedia,
Oh, there
he's
you go.
not got any appearances for Scotland yet.
I think you could check Wikipedia in 7 years and it would still be the same.
That's because he's not gone.
Nicky Devlin got on though, got his moment. Had
done
that
well.
clearance.
Yep.
And then his form immediately plummeted.
But that's fine.
Aye.
Just needed him for 5 minutes.
And it was what a 5 minutes it was.
There's been a few players like that with Clark. Do you know, Hank? There was it Paul?
He's able to get 5 minutes with anyone.
Well, Paul McGinn away to Austria.
Uh-huh.
Paul Hanlon.
Yes.
He came on in a game at Hampden. Andy Considine 3 times.
Brophy came on against Cyprus.
I'm talking about when we were good, not when we were desperate at the start, didn't have any players.
He may have contributed to a last minute win against Cyprus, so I can't remember if he set up a goal. It was a long time ago.
Well, it was Andy Roberts' goal.
I watched it with you.
No,
What?
Burke scored.
I'm sure I watched it with you. Was it when we were in France?
Yeah,
maybe?
aye.
I'm sure Brophy came on. It was probably rubbish for 5 minutes.
Brendan Rodgers falls on his arse in the Premier Sports. No, let me start that again. Brendan Rodgers falls on his arse in the Premier Sports Cup semi-final win over Aberdeen.
Again, we went Jim Goodwin wearing pundit trainers. Now we've actually moved on to someone wearing what looks like Chelsea boots. Going on you can't go on the grass. He's simply, if you're choosing a dress, if you're going to go with the trousers and shoes combination, you simply can't enter the field, even the technical area. You have to stand on the ground. You're going to fall over.
I'd like Celtic were 3-0 up when this happened. I would love to have seen it if Aberdeen were 2-0 up or something. Because it kind of just treats it as a big laugh and a joke.
Yeah, aye.
But imagine if he was really angry and he fell on his arse.
But why does he put it that far? But he puts it quite violently.
I think he's trying to waste time, which doesn't really make any sense either.
3-0 up.
I know.
This is again, as a manager wanting to feel like they're impacting the game so much that even in that scenario where it's all done, you're still doing stupid shit like this. Very Brendan Rodgers, I suppose.
Yeah, there's no reason for him, and that's why he gets booked, because it goes so far. Because he does slip, but he's
Booked after you've slipped on your.
I've
quit.
But he is going to give it a bit of welly anyway, and there's no reason to do that.
Imagine if he'd reacted like me with that book and told him if you stick up your arse.
Shove it up your arse.
Imagine after that happened, he was just so embarrassed that he just raging, gets sent off in a game that they won 6-0. Oh well.
Have you ever fell on your arse, Sam?
I was trying to think of a football.
I've fallen down rows of seats at Easter Road in the old East Stand before a derby. I'd been out for a while. It was when Stephen Fletcher scored with his shoulder. That one. I honestly fell down about 8 rows.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one. Your one though.
Yeah. So I can't think of any at the actual when I've been playing or anything, but I'm sure it happened.
The only thing I can think, it wasn't in a football setting, but I was like on one side of the street and the other side of the street was a bunch of laddies, and it was all snow and like ice and stuff. And they started like throwing snowballs over, like kind of from a kind of safer distance. And actually one came and I was like, just kind of stopped and it just went past me as if to miss it. I was like, and then took another step and I went flying. Ended up Mars and just hearing the from the other side of the street. Couldn't do nothing except for get up and just be like, yep, fair play. Nothing I could do about that. The more raging you get, the more angry they get. So you just have to keep your head down and get on with it. Which I guess is what Brendan Rodgers did, but as you're right, it was down to the fact they were 3-0 up.
The article is very funny. Like, just, you know, how they do the capitals of stuff. As, you know, like, Brendan Rodgers hit the deck! Brendan Rodgers' side didn't slip up a hand, but he did!
Is the article for the Scotsman or the Sun? I can't quite figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you like.
And I earned him a booking as well.
You like doing that. You often put that in the group chat, don't you? When it's like a news headline, it's like a tweet or something. And they've capped up one word for some reason.
It's a total pain in the arse. Total pain in the arse.
But his footwear wasn't the best. Understatement. That's a bit that should be capital, actually. As he swung his leg, he lost his grip on the slippery surface and hit the deck. Brought a cheer from the crowd, and Rodgers acknowledged. Acknowledged the moment by only now. So it's great edit. All this fucking kappa had to be can't even spell the words right. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Cristiano Ronaldo goes in a big huff after failing to beat Scotland at Hampden.
Why is he in such a big huff? Like, is it because he didn't get to take a corner?
Yeah,
right at the day.
Let's see what it's
Didn't
like.
get to take a corner. Just fucking grow up.
Go home. You've achieved so much. Oh, fuck this.
And it's not even going in a huff, because yeah, you can be angered by that, and it can maybe get to him a bit more than it should do.
Well,
but
he's a winner.
But that's heated battle stuff, all that rubbish. But it's like, if you're that annoyed, like, it's all the gesticulating that he does with it, that he's not only annoyed, but he really kind of wants 50,000 people to know he's annoyed, even though they're all just going to slag him off.
Totally lost on himself.
Just when but he does stuff like this all the time. It just, as I say, it looks like he does a massive double thumbs down, which is obviously the most childish thing you can do in the world. Boo to the linesman for the love. It's bizarre behaviour. Why? But he does behave like this quite a lot.
It's the fans that make it. They're saying, I think he's raging. Oh, he's bloody raging. He's bloody raging.
Then Anthony Alson just walks over and gives him a wee handshake. The guy doesn't even look at him, and he's brother doesn't look at him.
Ronaldo's like, aye, very good. Can you move that in slightly more?
Jesus.
It's just, I remember.
Will he ever retire, Cristiano Ronaldo? He's still playing.
Presumably.
Just refusing to do it. Like, the international apparently is shit, but they just won't.
Oh, but you saw that at the Euros. Like, every time he's over to take a free kick, you just thought, this is a waste of time. But he just seems to have an entire footballing country, like, in the palm of his hand. He just allowed to do whatever he wants.
Well,
if he gets so irate at full-time whistles, he should definitely retire soon.
Martinez. I suppose it's Roberto Martinez is the manager, isn't he? He looks soft.
He was never going to be the guy who was going to be like, no, this is about the collective. It's not about you.
Yeah, you can imagine him doing a team talk and Ronaldo's being like, shh.
Sound down you. Tell us more about Motherwell in a minute. A third. I've capped it up this time.
Yeah,
you have.
You've actually done this, yeah.
I think this is more deserved though.
Yeah.
A third St Mirren summer signing leaves the club before January due to getting in trouble with the law. This is wild.
It's like you know how you've got clubs that maybe target signings based on data analytics. St Mirren are just targeting absolute reprobates.
You need to sign the right characters. Well, you do actually. People would always say that as like a throwaway line that you're like, whatever, but actually it does matter, otherwise they go to jail.
Yeah, you're left with players in 3 important positions before the January window opens.
This is the one that they're able to talk about the most, obviously, because it's driving rather than the other ones, which seem a bit But these ones with the car ones, it was like his third since he got up here. When they do that, when you do this much speed in it, it's like in the police station, like, you need to stop doing this. This is the second time you're going like 70 miles an hour. Stop doing it. Stop.
You're not even very good at getting away with it.
And then you just instantly just go out. They just get in the car. They instantly just do it. They just not give a fuck.
Just leave the house earlier. Get the bus.
It just always seems like caution your fucking your move. Driving too fast. How fast are you fucking driving? Bizarre.
Hearts accidentally show up.
No. Jaden will now return to England to be closer to his family. Is that what it was? Right,
You probably could have drove to them within an hour for Paisley.
Hearts accidentally show a picture of UDA killer Michael Stone on their big screen before a match with Celtic. It's always funny when clubs fall for this stuff. It's like who was it was said to? Was it Farage or something? Was it like give a
up the Ra? No, he had to do a birthday celebration. He went up the Ra, up the Ra, Nigel. He had to go on Irish TV. Up the Ra, Nigel.
See, I just love this one. It's just that it's all about like, oh, we're going to be launching an investigation. Like, what is it? The Twitter user's handle is above is above Mr. Stone's displays, but these pictures.
Somebody has seen it, not realised who it is, just put the phone. That's the end of the investigation.
And we know exactly who sent it in. These things happen. Is anyone really that bothered?
He looks like the love child of Oscar Isaac and Peter Dinklage. Spitting image of the two of them.
He's it also says that he does look like Dinklage. I've been thinking about it. I was wondering, and you've got it spot on. But it's another thing that they claim is they've been deliberately targeted. Well, yes, obviously. If it was a mistake from them as well, it would be.
I don't think it was Hearts who were targeted out of the two teams involved, to be honest.
I mean, that's how practical jokes work. You have to target somebody.
Yeah.
Or somebody or some institution. That's how practical jokes work.
But the investigation stuff, it reminds me of when Inverness Cali
Tremendous.
One of my favourite stories ever. It was because of their response. When Inverness Cali's official account liked a porn video and then afterwards brought out, and it was just like that, right, look, they've liked the porn video, that's quite funny. Everybody will forget about this within an hour or two. But they brought out a fucking statement. It's like, we've been notified the authorities. It's like, what is this investigation? Whoever controls your club account, did you accidentally think it was your own account and like some porn? Yes, okay, don't do that again.
And also on your own account, don't do that again either. Have some self-respect. It's a public forum.
People can see this.
Well, why? Like, even if you're looking at porn, like, I've never thought when I'm watching porn, where's the like button? I don't understand why that's the way. Brilliant, by the way.
Surely you get what you want out of it in that moment, and then you don't really have to ever watch it again.
Then you have a moment of shame, then you crack on. Sally the one, oh, where's the like button?
Saving that for later. That was an especially good one.
Was it? I'm sure it was Neville Southall that had a very, really bad like. Somebody discovered. Anyway, if you're aware of that, then hopefully that raised a chuckle, because I wouldn't be explaining it.
These things I don't understand. It's like, why do you have to like? Is there nobody able to consume things without having to state a feeling about it? I can just watch things and go, personally, this is how I feel about it. Nobody else needs to know about it. It's a bizarre way we live now. It's bizarre.
Even just write down the title of the scene and you could Google it again later. Less public.
At least this never happened when people were buying pornos out of a guy in the pub. No fear of that. Copied DVDs.
But no, there was another time that I was trying to remember this at the start. I still can't. It's like when they put on Twitter, like, oh, can you send out like a tweet from a mate? He was a massive fan, and then it's like a photo of like Fred West,
yes,
or something. I was trying. There was somebody that fell for that once, and I can't remember who it was now.
Was it Hulk Hogan?
Was it not? I think it was like something
Hogan.
like this morning or something like that. These things must have happened 1,000 times on everything.
Can't believe I'm now googling Hulk Hogan and Fred West.
Well,
what a tag team!
Hulk Hogan. If it's Hulk Hogan, he'll probably be claiming that he caught Fred West.
Hang on. Hulk Hogan has just phoned for the oldest Twitter prank in the book. This is Fred West. This is going to be class. Oh no, it was
Fritzl.
Joseph Fritzl. Hey, Hulk, can I get a retweet from my granddad? Despite some family problems, he never misses a show.
The rest of his family did.
Right. Celtic have the most Celtic AGM moment there is ever likely to be. So I should maybe read this one out for... because it's on Reddit, this is hard to read. Hang on a second. Right, a shareholder asks, Mr. Chairman, who is the last Celtic player to score against Rangers? Gary Hooper. This generates hysterics from the crowd. He goes on to say Celtic are going for 55, and if they make it, they're the real deal. He then says the term honest mistakes was coined by former referee Hugh Dallas, but asks who benefits from these honest mistakes. He said via blah blah blah. This is a stand-up, not so much a question. Peter Law interrupts and then finally says, Michael Nicholson, you are now the godfather of Scottish football. You are now Al Pacino. Now he is praying. Thank the Lord for making me a Celtic supporter. Thank for Brother Walford, blah, 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 blah. And for getting Craig White off his show trial of 2017. Always good to see an innocent man walk free. Huge round of applause. Peter Law jokes that they've run out of time.
I don't think I'd like to go to a Celtic AGM.
Absolutely hilarious. The humour between the old firm has to be some of the worst on planet Earth.
Mortifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely mortifying. I'd either have to leave or stick some earphones in or something.
Yeah, the godfather of Scottish football. Oh my. It's like the Celtic AGM version of You've Won the Internet today.
Yeah. God. It's funny because we had this, which is the most Celtic AGM thing, whereas on a past episode, I think it was about this time last year, we had the most Rangers AGM one, where the boy getting carried out shouting no surrender.
No, but there was the guy at the Rangers one was he no complaining about them using like plastic.
It was net zero, he was concerned about net zero, then people started booing him, and then he was escorted out, and as he was escorted out, he shouted no surrender.
Yeah. You confused guy.
I mean, talking about net zero at a Rangers, I mean, that would just be woke, wouldn't it?
Of course.
Just woke.
Well, I mean, according to all them, that Rangers are woke these days anyway, so.
Lana Wolf will be making a video about that. So. She missed her chance at the time. Should have nipped it in the bud.
But aye. No thank you, no Celtic AGM for me. Someone asked me recently, I was in a pub, and someone was and asked me if I was at the Hibs AGM. No, what do you think I do? Like, I don't understand anyone who got the boring thing. A general meeting. Nah, I'm probably all right. I'll just come to the game. Thanks.
The only time I ever went to one was when Chris Robinson was getting under huge pelters for trying to sell Tynecastle before Romanov pitched up. But that was kind of box office. Everybody was going absolutely mental, and like every time he spoke, he was getting booed, and it was. That was good fun. That was just not a normal AGM where they just tell you about losses and profits and what they're invested in, and the manager speaks for a while. Oh, we're trying to be better. Fucking who cares?
It's a general meeting. I barely want to go to the meetings. I have to get paid to go. No one knows about evening off. We're off to Mandy. Where you going? I'm off to the AGM.
Hamilton Ackies tell everyone their game with Wraith Rovers is going to survive the weather. Turns out it didn't.
See, as soon as he tweeted that the game was going to be fine, I knew it was off. Like, I knew that the exact opposite was going to happen as to what they said. And it's like, I remember being away, and it was the summer of...
69.
No. So it must have been the 94 I was away on a summer holiday. So World Cup was on. Mm-hmm. And... like newspapers are like about 3 days out of date and stuff. So we knew that Ireland were playing. Ireland had got through, and we wondered who they had in the next round. Wasn't 100% certain. I was phoning my mum. I was listening. I goes, my mum might know, and I could tell she. I goes, do you know who Ireland are playing in the next round of the World Cup? She went, Belgium, and I went back to the table and I went, ask your mum. Aye, who have they got? I went, I don't know, but it's definitely no Belgium. It's that kind of stuff. As soon as Hamilton tweeted, you know it's going to be the opposite. It was Holland that Ireland played incidentally.
It's beside Belgium.
And the fact that they said that the game was going to be on, the pitch was fine, and then you see a photo of the pitch after it stopped snowing.
That's knee deep in snow.
And there's like 6 people out there, but nobody's actually clearing it off.
I think by this bit the game being called off.
Yeah, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
So Hamza, you got 2 Twitter accounts.
That's right. Conflicting messages.
Yeah.
A sticker at Easter Road reads, Ben Kensell sells his farts in jars.
See, the thing is, once upon a time this would be like abstract humour, but now like this is a type of self-employment you can do on like OnlyFans. You can't you can. I could literally buy farts in jars. Maybe not of Ben Kensell, of course.
Well, what's he doing now?
yeah, he's back to Norfolk. But it was a funny the picture someone just put up in the toilet. Is it?
Maybe that's what Ben Kensell was getting advice for when he was having that leaving dinner with that deviant. But
not the deviant.
Hibs ended up getting rid of him slightly early because of that.
Do you think the stickers were made up to annoy him? Because like, if I left the house in the morning and there was a sticker on the wall saying Shaughan McGuigan sells farts and jars, like, I'd just laugh. I wouldn't have find that offensive.
yeah. You can crack over the rest of the day. Look for a jar.
That gives me an idea.
Oh.
I think it was more about the fact that he was that unpopular. Like, if you just saw that randomly, that'd be a different story. But if it's like 20,000 people that hate you and then they've started to claim that you sell your farts in jars, maybe that's when it stings a bit more.
I suppose that is different, yeah.
Glad he's gone, Tony?
Yeah. I mean, the 7.8 million that he claimed that he claimed he was going to be really, really good and it was going to be brilliant. Then he leaves, then it's you've probably not done that well.
He really knew he was away by that point, didn't he?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah.
And now that he's gone, Tony has to pay more postage for those jars.
Getting stickers, mate, it's no cheap.
It was one of his ideas for generating income.
Yeah. Fucking hell, 7.8 million.
Every player does it.
Who do you think would go for the most?
I'd probably have to be surely the most popular player.
Yeah. Nicky Cannon's spot. The Black Knights have come up with a new idea. The multi-club. Everyone just sells fart.
Sticking with Hibs, just in general, the last 15 minutes plus injury time of Hibs 3, Aberdeen 3. Tony, you were not there.
Oh no, I was on my couch. and my mate who sits beside me left it 2-1 to Aberdeen. He just left. Could be arse, man. Finish walking, it's fucking freezing. I'm like, fuck this, man. Oh,
freezing, bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Manager's about to get the sack. Incredibly, it changes the entire season for both teams.
For everyone.
For both teams,
for everyone. The whole season just completely changed. Nothing matters now. Nothing's set in stone. You can't say anything about form or what's going to happen because every team in the league either seems to go on long winning or long losing. It's
mental how many teams have gone on these long runs where they've not won or like unbeaten runs as well. It's what's going on?
You don't work out. Does this make the league good? Or to be more competitive? Like, I don't really know. I don't know how to compute what that means in terms of the Scottish Premiership. I mean, the fucking Rangers went 3 months without winning away from home. You know, like even Rangers have partaken in this. But at the end of that, I was incredible with Rocky Bashiri. And it was a good goal. Nice move.
This was the game that very much signalled it because I was quite annoyed because I was like, well, maybe Aberdeen could rattle Celtic. And then after that, I was like, no, they can't.
The team bottom of the league's able to team bottom of the league's able to do that to them.
They can't even defend a kickoff.
But yeah, great times, and then that was it. Everyone's fucked.
But prior to that game, Tony, so the weekend prior, you'd played Dundee.
In Dundee, yeah.
In a game in Dundee. That was a game on the telly, and there was a moment in the game, a turning point in the game. Hibs were 1 goal to the good. And Jordan Abita went in a bit hastily over the top into Josh Mulligan's leg, I think it was, and it was looked at and it was decided that it was a red card. Right decision. And while Mulligan is getting his treatment, Elian decides to have a wee bit of keepy uppies. And that leads to our next entry, which is Marvin Bartley and Elian getting to a social media spat.
That went on for a while. They went on for more games.
I was wondering whether you were talking about the keepy uppies or both. The spat.
But everyone, like, I was at a wedding, so I actually met. This was on Premier Sports. I was in a bar. I was in London. I couldn't see it, so I'm just following what's happening, like looking online. Oh wow, we're winning, and then no, we're not. And then oh, it's actually the worst result the club's ever had. All right, great. Trying to explain this to a QPR fan, and he's like, "That's no good." No, it's not good. We never win any games at the time. We never done. But it was like But everyone seemed like, so when I came home, I'm like, what's all this foray about Youan doing keepy uppies? You're trying, but everyone was raging on that. It wasn't just Bartley. Everyone that was on the panel was very anti.
Would any fans have been even remotely annoyed by it?
I mean, I read people did say you shouldn't be doing that, and obviously they were claiming that he should have went over to get instructions. That bit,
but would Hibs fans have been annoyed about it if nobody in the media had picked up on it?
But of course they wouldn't. It happens all the time. It was like, he's on the left hand side, you're staying warm, you're doing some keepy uppies. I mean,
to be fair, when it was first like, I did keep uppies, what's the problem with that? But when he started balancing on his head, I did start laughing. I was like, yeah, maybe he's taking it a bit too far there.
But like, it was just nothing like then it grew arms and legs for there, and then it just became like a culture war was born out of the whole Youan doing this. But then it also, but these things, for someone like Youan, I think that was almost like a good thing that happened. I think he strikes me as a guy who quite likes to have like his backup and people maybe against him, because he reacted pretty well. His performances were like that for the only period in the season that it's happened. So Bartley, come on.
Slag him off more.
Slagging him off more.
Get Bartley in to do team talks before games, just slating every player.
Yeah, now Youan's toes been fucked for about 10 years, is what it feels like. But Bartley, because he came in, because he took a picture of himself after the 3-3 game, Aberdeen, we were just talking about, and he had the Man of the Match award. And it turns out he didn't actually get Man of the Match, it was an old Man of the Match award. He wasn't even Man of the Match in the 3-3 game when he was
he just got out to take the photo.
Apparently,
after the Aberdeen game, he took a photo of himself on a Man of the Match champagne bottle and tagged Marvin Bartley in it as if to say, like, shut up, look.
He said, like, tagged saying it's not acceptable at Bartley, MOTM.
I would say it's not acceptable because that was what Bartley had said about him. So then it was like, basically, it's not acceptable. Look what is acceptable. I've just been the man of the match in a famous come from behind 3-0 draw. But Bartley, wasn't he?
Didn't like the comparison Bartley said in the spat as well. He said, oh, yeah, great stuff. We've actually won fewer games in San Marino this season.
Yeah.
No, come on, Marvin. That's not how it works.
Can't
compare Hibs to San Marino.
One, that's not how it works. It's club and country. And two, that's like a joke you would say in 1992.
Yeah. That means San Marino are better than you. Yeah. Your caption is because I've got it here actually, because I'm getting good morning, Ellie. Well done on your Man of the Match. I don't actually think you got. I'm guessing you've tagged me, as we both now have iconic pictures after winning honours at Hibs. Don't think Bartley was on the pitch when we won the Scottish Cup. Your caption is perfect. Here's a few of the current unacceptable things for you, my friend. We've got 9 points from a possible 42. We're currently 9 points off the top 6. We've now won 1 game out of 14 in the league. Not only do we sit bottom, but they've done it again, of the league, we have also won less games than San Marino this season. To have the audacity to post this when we're literally last and not even won a game is quite something. Hopefully we kick on and move to a more respectable position ASAP. All the best and well done again, buddy.
That must be wrong as well, then, because San Marino haven't won 2 games. So that's wrong as well.
But Marvin
got fact checking him here.
Marvin got a reaction out of everyone. Maybe it was all Marvin Bartley. Maybe next year we want to let them play computer games or something, and we'll see what happens. I'm only joking. I like Marvin Bartley, but
will do. But it's also one of those retorts as well, where you're like, okay, aliens fired back. Just be like, well done, best of luck.
Yeah, but like. But I think Bartley is massive into Hibs. It is always wee, so he probably is pissed off. I would think he probably is a bit angry about how things are.
Youhan's initial keepy uppies was the optics. Does it actually matter? No, it doesn't matter at all. But when your team's absolutely struggling,
yeah, but Youhan lives in his own world. It's very much. But to me, it's part of his charm, and the fact that he
celebrates by pretending to go to sleep.
Yeah, like that's just who he is, and it's part of like he's a maverick, but maybe we just don't like them anymore. It's always been the problem.
I would have thought if anybody should have got criticised at that moment was David Gray, because Hibs had just went down to 10 men. He didn't. There was obviously a pause because somebody was getting treatment. At that point, you would imagine Gray to call all the players over and say, right, that's just down to 10 men. Here's how we're going to react to this for the next until half time or whatever. But didn't criticise David Gray.
No,
that was just Youhan.
And Youhan took the massive brunt of all that. But then he sort of reacted. As I said, he reacted well, and then he played him up front, and then he started doing all the corner flagging and all that. It was great. my favourite part of the season. Just
Done it, Pittodrie and Tynecastle.
This is great. Oh, wow. Tynecastle, he was shit as well. He just came on and done it anyway. Like Aberdeen, he played brilliant and he scored one of the goals. So like, fuck, I'm doing it anyway. This is great. People seem to like it.
Right, as usual on these podcasts, what we do is we do the first half on this, the free to air, and then we go away to the Patreon and record for about another 20 minutes to half an hour extra. So if you've enjoyed what you've listened to so far and you want to listen to us continue, then head over to patreon.com/terrace podcast. This will only be on the £2 a month tier. So you just have to subscribe to that. And not only do you get to listen to the rest of the show, but you get to listen to loads of other podcasts we've done through the years. And if you're feeling especially flush, then you can go to the £5 per month tier, which unlocks everything we've done on the Patreon. But let's do one or two more.
Oh, no, did you finish? What a build-up, what a twist. Didn't see that coming.
Cameron Carter-Vickers scores a spectacular own goal for Celtic at home to Club Brugge.
I wish I could hear the journalist in Denmark about Kasper Schmeichel. I want to hear his opinion on this.
I always think it's very unusual when goalkeepers, rather than maybe dive, just run along the goal line to try and save a shot. Just dive.
Yeah, because even if you save it and it's like a pass back, it's better than a goal.
Or you could dive feet first. Feet first.
Like head first.
Slide tackle the ball. Head first.
Yeah, it goes right into the post. But yeah, no, there's loads of things that you think there is more, you could do more. Yeah, you could do more. It's all like, actually, you know what? Fuck him, it's his fault. It was a fucking mad goal though. Schmeichel is miles like as Carter-Vickers should look, and it looks like a bit of an idiot, but they're like, Schmeichel, why are you?
He makes himself an option for the pass, but it's Carter-Vickers' reaction's good as well, because he turns and plays the pass, and then as soon as he sees it, immediately the hands go to the head.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And it's like Club Brugge are quite good. And
Incredibly, they absolutely pumped Celtic that half, and that was the goal they scored.
It's Rangers and Celtic are both giving us good own goals in the Champions League over the last couple of years.
Finally, a Genefield Swifts Broxburn Athletic match is delayed at half-time due to the assistant referee getting his earpiece stuck and then getting his head bandaged up like Terry Butcher.
Like, what did they apply the earpiece with that it got stuck?
He just not cleaned his ears in ages.
Polyfiller.
Stuck in there.
So we got kind of like the inside story on this, that he got stuck and he ripped it out. But when he ripped it out, he also ripped his ear. And then it wouldn't stop bleeding. They were,
like a Vander Holyfield.
They were working on it for ages with physios from both clubs coming over, like trying Vaseline and trying everything. It still just wouldn't stop bleeding. So they eventually just had to just bandage the whole thing up.
And there was nobody in the fucking stands. Just when you need them. There's
that big boy for Inverness was in the stand.
And the game also went to extra time and penalties.
Poor guy.
Well, he's just running the
He's only got 1.5 years. Desperate to get to A&E.
Yeah, like, is it worth losing an ear over a Gene? With all due respect to Genefield Swifts and Broxburn Athletic fans, if I saw a man in that much distress, I'd be like, we could just go out and play another game.
Meanwhile, his ear is in the ice bucket at the social club.
It's now in the SFA's museum at Hamden.
Nice to Kenny Douglas's jersey.
Poor guy, because obviously you feel like you're an idiot the whole time. And what was it, 35 minutes?
No, it was the entire second half and extra time.
No, but I mean, how long did it take him to get back on?
Oh, right, delayed? It was quite a while. I can't remember what exactly now. But
like, the rumours going round those stands. You can't hear a thing.
You can shout whatever you want.
Players just taking full advantage of it after. But it's a proper full bandage on his head. He feels for the guy.
I think that'll do us.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Tony.
But I thought you were going to do another.
Thank you very much, Shaughan.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody for listening. And like I said, if you want to hear more from us, head over to patreon.com/terrace podcast. If you're not doing that, then until the next time, thank you and goodbye.